Sean Strickland is one of our favorite UFC fighters because of his boldness, his unapologetic ways, and how he holds himself. It's truly just one of the most savage and legendary things that the right wing has got going for themselves right now. This dude will literally wear shirts that say "Get women back in the kitchen" and then go knock somebody out. It's remarkable, really. And so when somebody like that starts coming up in the ranks, starts getting tons of followings, tons of attention, there's nothing else to do but to attack. And typically, it's never going to be attacked from people below because he's a UFC fighter. Like, sorry that Anon 6'8", 420 doesn't have a ton of clout to destroy this guy. So it always comes from the Hollywood elites. It always comes from the Hollywood celebrities, and that's what we're seeing with MGK. Now, this is like a rapper, R&B style, I guess, musician. I don't know. I've never known this guy except for being dissed by Eminem with the Kill Shot track, and other than that, I've never listened to his music. Never really liked him. I always knew him, and the reason why I knew him is because of Megan Fox. He got together with Megan Fox, and Megan Fox has like 3 kids. They all wear dresses. There's like her sons wear dresses. They dress very strange, and you would think that they're a part of the T of LGBT, but she says they're not. They just want to be quote unquote rock stars. Yeah. Can't think of a lot of rock stars that I know that wear dresses. You have Kurt Cobain, but that makes sense because he did heroin. Anyway, so Sean Strickland gets into beef with this guy, MGK, and MGK shows up on Logan Paul, and this is what he says.
I do nothing but commit myself to art, and there's another funny factor of just like the art of me standing or existing makes people furious. And
I saw one of them. I don't know
which one?
The Strickland one.
I don't know this guy from a crumb of bread, right? I didn't know who he was when I met him. I got hip afterward that he's like insanely racist and homophobic. And
yeah, stop the cap. Stop the cap. This is a lie, and I'll discuss later in the video, so make sure you guys stick around, how this gets debunked, how this dude is just blatantly lying, how he gets called out for lying. This dude says he commits himself to art. Look at these tattoos. Look at these tattoos. They're just blackout tattoos with lines through them. This is committing yourself to art nowadays.
And just not my type of guy, so I would have never even wanted to shake hands with them in the first place. But he also is just a representative of every person who's too scared to just be themselves, because if you're comfortable as yourself, you don't care who anybody else is and how they are.
Agreed. I'd met him that night too, and I can't say anything bad because my experience was vastly different because I'm not you, and he didn't have a visceral reaction. We shook hands. It was very cordial. We talked for like 5 minutes and I walked away. But I know of everything that he exists as on Twitter, and he fits very nicely into that community of exactly what you just said, which is kind of intolerance and just desire to spew hatred.
He's so dumb that I'm going to tell him right now, you should not keep saying stuff because it just makes me look better, but you're going to keep saying stuff. So I know that you'll react and say more things, but you just shouldn't. As a person who's just giving you big bro advice, learn this: shut the fuck up and don't speak on me anymore and live your life. But you won't, and I'm going to continue laughing at you because you're a fucking idiot.
I just felt bad for Dingo.
Dingo's an idiot. I love him. But
Dingo introduced them.
Yeah,
and
it's a wrap.
Yeah, so the issue here is that, this narrative is so stupid. What he's saying, he's like, oh, yeah, you're going to be an effing idiot. You look like a freaking retard because when you say you're just too insecure to be who you really are, and that's why you hate how other people act, and that's why I don't like you. Well, then that means you're insecure with who you are, because I thought your whole thing was that when you're secure and you have like masculinity and you're, you're the top dog, you know, you don't care how other people act. But you care about how Sean Strickland acts? You care about what Sean Strickland does? Bro, stop trying to give big bro advice when in a minute and 52 seconds we can literally see that you're a hypocrite. We can literally see that you just said if you're secure, you don't care about what other people are doing, but you care about what Sean Strickland's doing. So does that mean you're secure, insecure? It reminds me of whenever people are like, oh, you know who calls people snitches? Snitches. You snitch. It's like, what? That's literally MGK's argument right now. Anyways, so Sean Strickland, of course, responds. Getting lectured by a guy who drinks blood and wears a purse. Dog, you had a midlife crisis and tattooed your entire body. The X community of intolerance. Y'all, I'd hang out with you toxic trolls any day over this. Go back to cutting yourself, you effing weirdo. Damn. Shots fired. I don't condone this. This is unacceptable behavior. You should never be doing that or advocating for other people to be doing that. Glad we cleared that up, YouTube. So, Sean Strickland with some heavy words. Some, brutal. But that's who he is. Unapologetic. That's how he holds himself. So, the other thing that's really interesting is that according on this article, you can actually see why this is MGK acting like he didn't know her is all cap. Right here, he says. There is a point where I shouldn't be up a little bit. So, MGK's comments on Paul's podcast come after Strickland told the story of his back and forth with Megan Fox on an episode of the Versus Us podcast. So, Strickland has had interactions with Megan Fox. So, she hit me up and was like, fame level reached, and the message was actually kind of effed up. It was more like, hey, my kids get bullied and I get bullied online because you say they're trans, and they're not trans. They want to dress like rock stars, Strickland revealed. I'm just like, sorry, Megan, I'll shut the F up about it. But I'm like, you still drink blood and shit. You still do a lot of weird shit, Megan. There's a point where I shouldn't be making fun of your effing kids. I get it, but it's more MGK, bro. This MFing dude. Strickland then narrated how this beef with MGK unfolded at a power slap event in Las Vegas. Here's the event right here. You can hear it right there. You look like a effing weirdo. Just sizing him up in real time, calling him an effing weirdo. Yeah. This is why he's our guy. Listen, MGK comes up to this event, presses him, and Sean Strickland just sizes him up right there, tells him, you're a weirdo, you're dressing weird, get the fuck out of my face, basically, is what he says. I mean, this is why him being on the right is epic. Because you're not going to see this with other right-wing commentators. You're not going to see this with anybody else because they just don't have fighting experience. They're just not as confident as somebody like Sean Strickland, who literally fights for a living, will be. That's why we love it. Anyways, guys, what do you think? Think MGK is a freaking weirdo? Comment weirdo down below, chat. I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. And check out our merch, too, while you're at it. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.